What up, people? It's your boy Marv, and this is The Nerds in the Hood. We gotta talk, y'all. Alright, son, I gotta get off my chest, man. I gotta talk to y'all about something. I gotta holler at y'all. First off, welcome to my program. Hope you're liking what you've seen so far. Make sure you subscribe, comment to the channel, check us out at all times. And you can see what you like on there. Link tree in the description, y'all. Now that we got that out the way, let's get into the nitty gritty of what I got to say. This weekend is a exciting weekend for a lot of new video games. Football season is coming back. College football season is already here. WNBA is about to get into the playoff season. Baseball is about to get into the playoff season. And right around the corner is professional men's basketball. Wrestling starting a new calendar year of entertainment. And we have new sports games. Because what this means is usually towards the end of the year and the fall season, we always get new Madden, new NBA game. And then in NBA 2K, And then by next year, we usually get a new wrestling game, WWE 2K. We get MLB, the show, a new version of that. And if I'm right, we usually get like a new FIFA or something of that nature. Another random sport outside of those, from what I know. But I know those 4 ones are usually the ones that come every single year. Oh, and of course, can't forget about NHL. There's usually an EA Sports NHL game. So there's usually that too. Now we have a new college football back. What else am I forgetting? UFC is going to do another one, I'm sure, at some point. AEW, they didn't really have a good first outing, but now they're going to try again, I'm sure. But what I'm saying by that is we're in a world where we're getting blessed with new sports games every single time, every year. But is it me, or are they doing a lot of wash, rinse, and repeat? Yeah, they're fixing the bugs and they're trying to work out the glitches and stuff of that nature. But I feel like there's not much of a difference between NBA 2K23, NBA 2K24, and NBA 2K25. I'm sure there's updated features. I'm sure there's updated modes, new modes, stuff of that nature, new cover art, new soundtracks. But I just feel like the gameplay is a lot of the same thing. And all they're really doing is getting us for our money. I mean, it's part of the game. It's a business. That's what it is. They're not just making this for our entertainment. They got to make their money back. But I've noticed that NBA 2K, like, let's be real. A lot of these sports games are the best games by default. Back in the day when I was growing up, there was NBA Live Series. There was Kobe Bryant's NBA Courtside Series. There was arcade simulations just like NBA Jam, NBA Street. And then there was 2K. 2K came out. It was a different type of game. The graphics looked pretty crazy, but they looked crazy in a good way. Like, they almost looked real. 2K, once they got into next gen, looked even better. The shorts was moving. That's how hype we was about next gen graphics, y'all. Y'all got to bear with us old heads. Once the shorts started moving and we saw sweat on the players, we were like, oh, this is real right here. We shouldn't even been that hype, but we were. So by default, what happened over time is NBA Live stopped making games. So the only basketball game you could buy was that. There was no more Kobe Bryant courtside. There was no more Street. There was no more, and we've been waiting for another Street, but there was no more Street. There was no more NBA Jam. They gave us one other chance at NBA Jam, and then they gave us a 2K, what was it, courtside or something like that? That game was trash. So we didn't really get that love again for like a competition of what basketball game was better. I always picked Live over 2K. Live just felt more fun. It was more fluid, easier to use. And then now you got stuck with 2K. Once Live stopped making games, I think it was like 08 or 09 or something like that, maybe earlier, you had no choice but to rock with 2K. And 2K had a good run too. I think from like 2010 to probably like 2018, it was on fire. It couldn't be stopped. These last few ones, people started realizing like I'm paying too much for microtransactions, because that's a big thing in sports games now. Like paying to go run around the community. And don't get me wrong, there are more opportunities for sports games than there were before. If you're really good at 2K or even Madden or a lot of these other sports, they have esports now. And you could go on these esports, man. I'm kicking myself. I wish I had esports when I was a kid. I would have been making bread right now. I wouldn't even probably be talking to y'all. But you have these esports which allows you to do these things. But in today's generation, we are getting blessed with the same game. And that blessing's not that good. If I'm going to pay now $70 for a next-gen version of NBA 2K or Madden or MLB The Show, and the only one that's kind of good out of all of them is MLB The Show, I don't know what to do anymore, ladies and gentlemen. I don't want to waste my time on a game like that. I played NBA 2K24, and was it fun? Yeah, of course. Arcade basketball, simulation, whatever. The reason it was fun was because most of it was the same game. You don't really, it's not much you have to learn, right? It's mostly the same game, majority of the time. Similar graphics, similar play style. They kind of tweak things, sometimes good, sometimes bad. But did I buy it? No. I have PlayStation Plus, and at the time, they were giving the game away for free. They took that privilege away from me, I think because NBA 2K25 is out now. It will be out by the time you see this video. But, hey, at the end of the day, it kind of sucks that I couldn't get that going. But that's not a bad thing. So I just feel like when it comes to sports games, is it really a bad thing to have the same game every year? Because it's basically the same formula. It's just you playing sports with an updated roster and slightly enhanced graphics and slightly new modes every year? Or should we require more? Should we require a beef up of the graphics? Should we require a beef up of the modes? What do we need? What do we want? For me, I miss the days of 2K when, honestly, and this is what makes me kind of sound like a hypocrite, I miss the days when, like, they didn't really care about the controls. The last time I was really good in 2K was like 2K, I made 2K14. I made 2K14, or was it 2K13? It was one of those. Kawhi Leonard was like just coming into his own. They didn't even know who he was to the point where he didn't even have like a picture of himself on like the player profile in the game. It was a picture of nobody. And I was like, I don't know who this is, but this dude could run past everybody. He was defensively really good, and he dunked like almost all the time. I was like, I don't know who this hidden gem is, but I love him. Now you're not getting the same player because he's older. You know, his health is like, you know, his body's breaking down, stuff like that. But in that time when he was 100% and younger, man, it was a beast. LeBron was a beast in that game. John Wall was the fastest player in that game. It was just like they ignored the reality of the game and just focused on like who's the best at what, and let's just go crazy with it. Because it's simulation at the end of the day. It's an arcade simulation. But just like we do with TV shows and movies, we want things to be real. We want it to be so relatable it's real. And now you made these companies have to force themselves to give you a baseball player whose swing is as accurate as the real swing, who's a basketball player whose shot is as accurate as the real shot, because that is what we want. If we're getting next-gen graphics and next-gen gaming and I'm paying $70, I better get as close to a Steph Curry as I can. I better get a Caitlin Clark shot right off rip. So I think that's what the issue is. A lot of these games try to cater to us because we want realism, when in reality, we just want to have a good time. We don't want the game to be that frustrating. You put this game on Hall of Fame mode, these characters are playing like you really on the court with them. And sometimes it's frustrating because some of these cats ain't that good defensively. You know it. But in this game, whoo, Lord, you ask for it. So sometimes I kind of take the coward's way out. I play like off the wall sports games. You give me backyard sports, I might rock with it. Wii Sports, Wii U Sports, Switch Sports, Mario Strikers, Mario Kart. Like I play those games. I play those. Mario Baseball is still one of the most underrated sports games with Mario in it of all time. I don't care what anybody says. Hot take right there. If you didn't play that game on the GameCube, I'm still mad they never brought it back. It was such an amazing game. You could have did that in the stupid Olympics with him and Sonic. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. What I'm trying to say about that is game companies need to figure out what we want in a sports game, but it's also because everybody keeps buying them. So if you're going to keep buying them, they're going to keep looking at it like, well, if it ain't broke and y'all keep buying it, let's do it. So if y'all going to keep buying it, you're going to give people the option to think, especially at these game companies, that they're doing something right. And we write We write to them, we call, we make videos like I'm making, where it's like something is wrong because it's the same game. And because we got to pay $70 for these games now. And even when we were paying 60 or 50, it still was like, I don't know if I want to pay this much for the same game. But now if you're going to add in that I got to pay for DLC, microtransactions, and all this other stuff, then shoot, I better give me something new. I better get something so updated it's not even funny. Like, I don't even know, man. Like, I don't know. Like, if I win the game or something, let me get a phone call from the player. Let me get LeBron a call or something. Let LeBron or Giannis start the game with like, hey, you bought this game? Good job. Good for you. Here's my gamer tag. Link me in the mall. We're going to run one. Like something. A raffle or anything. We just got to do that. I'm tired of hearing all my friends and myself be like, yo, it's the same Madden every year. It's the same MLB The Show. Even though that's the one exception I heard is that MLB The Show is consistently good and they change things up. But I'm sure there's some samesies types of things in there too. NHL did a good job when they allowed you to play the old NHL 94, which was one of their best games. And they allowed you to play that with updated rosters. That was cool. FIFA has always found a way to be cool too, especially bringing in Ted Lasso that one year. But there's so much we can do. We have to get back to that 11. And again, I'm coming from a time where it was like there was different wrestling games to play. WCW had their own games. WWE had their own games. Like there was different things you could play and love. No Mercy is still highly regarded as one of the best wrestling games of all time. And I don't think they ever could get that stride back between No Mercy and the SmackDown series. They could never really find that touch again when they were that damn good. And it hurts, but we have to change with the times. And I'm just taking the time to vent, and I hope y'all feel me too. Write in the comments if y'all can. What do you want to see in these new games if you're going to pay $70 for them? If you're going to shell out money for these microtransactions that a lot of these games are doing now? What do I want to see? If I'm going to keep playing 2K and I'm going to play my team, what do I want to see in this my team that's going to make me shell out, give y'all money every time I play? There was a time I remember I was playing somebody online, and I think it was one of the pre-COVID 2Ks. And this is when I used to play 2K heavy. And some guy was playing me online, and he was like, yo, bro, can I ask you a question, bro? And I was like, nah, I don't want you distracting me. And he goes, no, this is a dead serious question, bro. Just hear me out for a second. And he goes, how much do you think you spent on this game? And I was like, it's $60, bro. It's a PlayStation 4. He goes, no, that's not what I'm saying. With all the microtransactions for this my team, how much do you think you spent? And in my mind, I was like, I never even calculated it. It's probably a pretty penny. I never even calculated it. So here we are. We spent all this money, and we don't even get a perfect 10, or even a 9. A lot of these games are 8s and below. So if you're going to make me pay $70, if you're going to make me pay for all these microtransactions, you're going to find a way to keep me enticed to want to keep playing, give me better stuff. Don't give me the same game for $70, because then I'm going to play the old game for the $70 I paid last year. That's all I'm saying. If you're going to do this, I need this done right. I need that new heat every single year. If you can't do that, then don't make the game $70. These games need to be $50 to $60. And that's me being nice. So let's get it in gear, sports companies. If not, we got to bring back the following games. We need Def Jam series, the Def Jam Fighting series. We need the NBA Street series, the SSX series. And Tony Hawk needs to do another thing again. Not a remake. We need a brand new one. And so much more. But those are the 4 I could think of. If THQ could find some way to mend the beef that they had with WWE, we could get another No Mercy style game. Especially because they're actually doing No Mercy as a pay-per-view again. I just saw the NXT one. It was pretty good. Shout out to them. So we need to find some way to get it together. Tiger Woods need to come out of retirement, make a new Tiger Woods game. Make a Kobe Bryant NBA courtside in memoriam of Kobe Bryant, with the proceeds going to like his family or a charity of his family's choosing or something. Let's just get back to loving these games, man. I'm going to keep being old and making references. Quarterback Club. That's just what I'm going to keep doing. NFL Blitz. I'm going to go, y'all, before I keep just shouting out a whole bunch of old school games. But anyway, let me know how y'all feel about that. Talk to me. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it in the chat. Let's see what's going on, y'all. I'll catch y'all next time on another edition of Nerds in the Hood. Peace.